Greetings, Cybers. It's Ko back with Reverse 1999. I sincerely apologize for the very late start. Unfortunately, my day job kept me longer than I would have liked. So I needed at least like a good hour before I could really get things going for everyone. Before getting to the second half of the fourth act. But last left off with this, Regulus, Druvis, and Sotheby decided to take up arms against the Foundation, showing that they really will not willingly join them unless they give Burton's say in this. And frankly, I kind of agree with them. Without Constantine, I believe the director's name has been acting, this feels more like a dictatorship than anything. Like, the Foundation's trying to help people, but the people leading it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. We can see that Madam Z and X are trying to help things out while still trying to remain a neutral party, which I can understand. But let's continue on with this and see how it all goes now. I've seen you when we were two boards, side by side, drifting on the sea. Constantine also has a thing for his chest, it seems. Part 10, Sailing at Night.
Table de divination en argent, soie blanche, perles trempées dans de la rosée du soir.
Hello, Matilda. I keep forgetting this girl speaks French.
De quels autres objets occultes ai-je besoin? Bien, voyons voir quelle quantité d'encens et de myrrhe il me reste.
What does he need frankincense and myrrh for?
Super, c'est juste ce qu'il me fallait.
Was he doing some fortune telling or something? Matilda immerses herself in the work on the desk. She checked the installment of the curtains repeatedly, making sure the moonlight will precisely set on the orb. A low noise is growing in a vessel not far away from her, but she has no clue at all.
Ok, tout est prêt. Coupe à encens. Où est ma coupe à encens?
I guess he only speaks in French to her when she's by herself. Doesn't really bother with other languages unless she's around someone who can't understand French. She turns around. The incense basin falls, making a hollow sound on the sumac. What is that? A pair of pointy ears emerge from behind the basin.
Encore toi, petit lutin divinatoire!
Divination sprites? What are those?
Tu ne me voleras rien aujourd'hui, pas cette fois!
Her attitude doesn't bother these transparent creatures at the moment. Unlike any ordinary critters who always act in a group, only one or two of them are more than enough to get people in trouble. Their thin, slim hands grab hold of the edge of the silver incense basin. They're flying towards the window.
Hé! Où t'en vas-tu avec mon pot? Reviens!
She jumps up the windowsill and grips the other edge of the basin.
Il semblerait que tu aies besoin d'une bonne leçon pour te faire comprendre pourquoi c'est mal de faire ça. Attends voir. Je vais te montrer ce qui arrive quand on se moque de Mademoiselle Mathilda Boiniche.
English, Matilda, please. Okay, we need plant type here. We need Sotheby, Warmbloom, Diggers, and this one had fourth one. Right, next to Lemgren, Satsuki, and Den Diggers. I need to get you two leveled up.
では、行ってきます。
Oh, what are these? The sprites will revive. Check the enemy's details and try to counter their revival ability with stronger flatus. Try to attack them all simultaneously to prevent them from receiving buffs and large HP difference. In other words, use AoE attacks. Choice list enemy AP +1. Oh, that's annoying. Prankster at heart. When the round begins, getting never-ending riots. As your character takes damage from enemies or stronger players 3 times, it dispels it. Character takes 3 damage. This is all months. Oh, they revive after. So I need to be hit with it 3 times before dispelling. Well, that's annoying. These are some annoying critters.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
What's this?
I will do as asked. Radio waves are everywhere.
I tripled the ingredients this time. Eh? Yeah.
There we go.
Retreat, God!
What?
Where is the God?
Retreat! What? I can't make the call?
Oh, and it comes back after your turn.
Shh. I hear something.
Oh, that's annoying.
Whose heart is beating so loud? Radio waves are everywhere. Don't be so furious. Everywhere. Hey, I'm the support staff.
Take advantage of adversity.
Retreat!
Ow.
What? I can't make the call?
Damn it, Silverby.
I know what this is.
Just can't use it.
What's this?
I will do as asked.
It seems to be mixed up. This should be fine, right?
There we go. That's 1. And it's 2. Alright, that wasn't
Of
too bad.
course! Peace needs to be made to happen.
The silver basin falls to the floor, knocking a shallow crater on it. The sprites are crawling under the window, looking flabby and weak. Apparently, they have taken quite a shock. Tita picks up the basin and wipes out the dust.
Ira bien qui rira le dernier. It's me. Me.
They burst out in an incomprehensible curse, sneaking away from the window with drooping wings on their backs.
Sale petit voyou. Je suis crevée. Il est tard. Oh, Dieu merci, je n'ai pas loupé la marée haute.
The high tide. Hurriedly, she starts to restore the order on the desk.
Préparez les accessoires. Je ne dois pas me laisser distraire à nouveau. La divination requiert toute ma concentration et mon énergie.
Okay, so she is fortune telling. Well, are divination and fortune telling the same thing? I guess it is. However, there is a knock at the door. The distractions never end, do they?
La marée haute causée par la lune sera bientôt là. Voyons voir. Elle devrait commencer vers 20h45. Il reste 3 minutes. Je dois purifier la sphère occulte quand la marée commencera à monter si je veux que la divination soit exacte.
The knock comes again. Until frowns.
Allons. Calme-toi. Voici le moment clé. Qui que ce soit, je ne dois pas être distraite.
However, they're going to keep knocking until you open the door.
Bon. Concentration. Yeux fermés, bien concentrés. Imaginons mon corps montant et descendant au rythme de la marée, béni par la lune. Elle se trouve de l'autre côté de la mer, attendant que je la trouve. Voilà le moment de brûler l'encens. Apparaît dans la sphère occulte, sonnez!
Matilda, are you there?
Oh look, Sonata.
Quoi, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
I'm sorry, but I think I heard your voice. I need to ask you a favor.
Her voice sounds different. Exhausted, almost rusty. As if we were coming out from an old cassette. I was thinking she sounded a bit nasally. Like, is he sick or something?
Coming! Wait a minute! I'm, VT! Wait there, I'll be patient!
In a great panic, she pulls up the silk, covers the orb, and sticks to both of them into a corner of the couch. The door opens. They both stand inside the doorframe, toe to toe, blocking each other's way. As they awkwardly try to move, they go up and retreat in the same direction, as if this were a Tango tutorial. Until they eventually steps back and lets Neto in.
Now, tell me your request. What brings you to the bright and intelligent Mademoiselle Boaniche at this time?
Neto forces a smile on her face.
Could you please read the future for me?
Matilda sees something she has never seen before in Soneto's face. They sit down by the orb. The mirror is quietly burning next to them.
Alright, now it's a good time to ask the moon for help. Clean your hands in the silver pot and put them on mine. Okay, now sit opposite me and gaze into the orb.
Okay.
She does what she is told. She sees nothing but clear whiteness in the orb.
Are you here to confess, to interpret a dream, or to seek the prophecy of the crystal?
I am here to confess and to seek the prophecy.
Tell me about the vision in your heart.
The vision?
She looks at the orb. The shape of the spear becomes blurry and gradually fades out in her sight.
I see myself falling. There are 2 broken decks. They were originally one piece.
2 broken decks.
Every time I get closer to one deck, the other one sinks. People on it will fall with it. I can feel the coldness of the deep water and the pains when they struggle.
Are you sad about it?
I feel fear.
I see. Which deck would you like to approach intuitively? Can you recognize the people on them?
There is something bright on that deck, just like Timekeeper and Druvis. It is warm there.
You are attracted to it subconsciously. It guides the way of your heart. What about the other?
The other deck makes me feel comfortable, as if I have spent a long time there. I can trace back every step I take.
Perhaps that symbolizes your senses. Soneto, are you having trouble making a choice?
I think I know what it's getting at. Basically, Soneto's trying to decide which does he follow. Does he stand with the Timekeeper and Druvis against the Foundation? Or does he stand with the Foundation against the rebelling Arcanists? Basically, Soneto's trying to decide should she stick with who she's been working for, or stick to those she's been trusting. Or stick with those she trusts. And that's not really an easy decision to make. So I can understand why she's having trouble with this.
I can see the conflict between your instinct and senses. I heard you attended the committee's meeting today. Anything happened?
I said something wrong. I was not properly prepared. I was unable to help Timekeeper and Druvis. Instead, I created a deeper misunderstanding. What choice should I make to resolve their conflict? Stalemate like that really scares me.
Matilda can't find a word. She sits there, frozen, covering Suneto's wrist with her palms.
The bright deck seems closer and larger. Have you ever thought about following your heart? Suneto, maybe you can try following your instinct for once. Maybe something unexpected will happen.
I tried 4 years ago. I let them go. That was the worst decision I have ever made.
Right. When Vertin and the others escaped the Foundation, and then the storm happened. Suneto's hands on the orb again.
I am ready. Please tell me the right choice.
Okay.
As the chaotic snowflakes disappear, the shape of the orb is becoming blurry again. Crystals emerge in thin air. One after another, they build up in symmetrical and balanced shape. Everything has its trace to follow, its logic to function.
The reality has shown itself. Take the path you have already taken. Walk the way you have already walked. You shall benefit from listening to the voice in your mind, as it is not yet time to dark.
Listen to the voice in my mind. I see. I should not have hesitated. Thank you, Matilda. Your divination is very helpful. My mind is very clear now.
You're... Of course you should thank me.
Someone's getting flustered.
You should have known the resourcefulness of Mademoiselle Mathilda Boanish much earlier. For your information, those seeking my help must make an appointment at least 15 days before the divination. Otherwise, they won't even get to see me.
You were very serious during the divination. Even your tone was different from usual. However, I am more familiar with the way you talk now. It reminds me of our time at school.
Matilda stands there, transfixed. Suneta waves at her and walks out of the room.
Thank you for making time for me, Matilda. If you need my help next time, please let me know. Good night.
The door is carefully closed behind her.
Mon cœur. Ah, mais qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Pourquoi elle était là? Pourquoi elle était là?
How does he fluster you so much so easily, Matilda? What is with you? Sweet and juicy. Everyone wants to take a bite. Part 11. A sweet apple.
Richard tends to oppose.
You guys are still debating on this.
Gloria tends to support. Black Agate tends to oppose. Uzo. Neutral.
The situation doesn't look good.
Do you have any news, Mark?
Someone is spreading the minutes of your last meeting. I didn't get any direct evidence, but apparently every voter has read the anonymous minutes. The topic about Vertin. It has become a great disadvantage to us.
Double envelopment. A 4-4.00 approach. No wonder they let the draft go through so easily. To reject the draft during the committee meeting does not actually address the real problem. The House of Intergrades can still resubmit the draft during the next legislative session. So she is planning for the long term. To bring down the voting stage and make it a plan that is totally abandoned.
I'm afraid so. A draft that has failed to win votes can hardly win the trust of the House's reviewers again. And of course, it won't be submitted to the committee.
She counts the names on the whiteboard again.
Did anyone make any actual move yet?
Not yet. The minutes only changed their preferences, but the number of those who have taken a stand still remains the same.
Just as I expected.
You expected this?
This draft is not about Verton, but a promise to the future. About how to balance the benefits between different interest groups. To reach that, we need to meet the expectations of those groups who have a need for flexible management. And also appease conservatives and not shake their confidence in controlling the overall situation.
Actually,
Delegate Justice Ty interrupts Madam Z in her clear voice.
we do have an opportunity to change the game now.
Do we?
Opportunity.
He puts in 0411 on the keyboard attached to his wrist and turns on. Can this thing not auto scroll, please? Committee member Pedro appears on the screen.
I hereby challenge Delegate Mark Hall to a public debate on the revised draft of Storm Reformation, Manpower, and Discipline. This draft of his will bring unpredictable risks to the Foundation, yet Mark himself seems completely unaware of it. I believe it is necessary to make such risks public in a legal way.
Delegate switches off the projection. As he turns to Madam Z, his cheeks become rosy and heightened spirits.
See, I knew they were going to escalate Burton's issue.
You want to accept this challenge?
All the internal media are reporting the news. If I step back, they will definitely humiliate me and take advantage of the public opinion to undermine the draft.
Mark,
He has no choice.
that's a menacing move.
Madam Z picks up Pedro's name card and sticks it to the board.
It is coming for us. No matter fight or flight, they have comprehensive preparation for this. I would suggest taking the long view and not jumping to conclusions.
But defense without attack will never bring us victory, Madam Z.
He's not wrong.
I've always wanted an opportunity to defend the draft in public. Concerning the questions they implied about Verton, I've collected more than enough cases to refute them. Misleading questions twist people's opinions. It's time to tell them the truth.
The gaze behind Madam Z's glasses has become subtly piercing.
You have accepted it. Was it in front of the media?
I was there when Pedro challenged me. So were the media. Well, I don't think it's going to be a complete mistake.
The lady in white seems to loosen up for a brief second. She doesn't say a word. Walks up to him and gives him a pat on the shoulder.
It is a crucial debate. Do your best.
You don't have to come along with me. I'm here to repel the pests in the woods. It's part of my daily routine.
Thank you for your kindness, Miss Druvis. It is fun to stay in Miss Burton's suitcase, but I really feel like seeing the world out there. By the way, the pests you mentioned, what are they? I've heard of a kind of giant worm called the tatsel worm. They live in caves, about 2 to 5 feet long, and their heads are like cats.
I'm sorry, what?
Be very careful if you see one. Both its skin and breath are toxic.
I'm more concerned about the appearance. Juvis bends over, lifting a hanging branch to make way for Sotomi to walk through.
I have never heard of such a terrible worm. Hopefully we will not encounter any.
Sotomi jumps briskly over some roots crawling by her feet.
So, what are we disinfesting this time?
Oak processionary moths. Perhaps a few gray squirrel cubs. It's not enough to only rely on potions and arcanum to keep the woods in peace. Oak trees reside here, and everything will change with it. Animals that live in symbiosis, fungi that depend on each other. All of them will embrace diversity by the day.
Sotheby suddenly looks up and points to the direction, to the edge of the woods.
Do you mean that? A group of grey fluffers flying over there.
Juvis looks in the direction of her finger points to. Clusters of fluff, gray and brown, coming together and forming a flossy tornado in front of them, fly and dance in the air. That came out of nowhere.
A swarm of oak processionary moths. They are preying on something.
A fuzzy figure in red at the center seems familiar.
Miss Juvis, let's help out right away!
That's probably Mr. Apple. Need mineral and beast here. Alright. Oak processionary moths. Red oak processionary moths. Yep, there's Mr. Apple trapped in there. Let's pray for him. He's stunned. Sees the opportunity before he croaks. Yeah, there's Mr. Apple in there, alright. Okay, so we need mineral and beast type. Then Melania, Eternity. Dyke and Sonetta. You need a sidekick.
This trial is mine to judge.
The red figure is surrounded by them. We need to give him a hand.
Take it easy.
An eye for an eye. Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
3, 2, 1, down.
You're dropping random debuffs on us at least.
Handle it gently. Take it easy. Handle it gently.
A tooth for a tooth.
A little bit hot here. Flying handbag for only 3,000 sacred aunties.
It's one out.
Feeleth pain and knoweth regret.
That's two out.
Don't be so hard.
Handy.
An eye for an eye.
Take it easy.
Unconventional choice.
The law is above all
Hey,
else.
child, here's something fun for you.
Resistance is futile. A tooth for a tooth. Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
And three out. Next turn. Yes, it's Apple.
Off thou go.
The show's on, hounds.
Thou shalt make an atonement for thy sins in full.
Time waits for no one, even for a great people.
One out already.
bloody prom.
Take it easy.
Wait for 5
The
seconds.
ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Nice work, Chichi. That finished them off.
Pride goes before the fall. I've been there. You better take it.
This apple is deeply grateful for what you've done. I almost thought I was caught in a nightmare. This apple has never seen so many moths.
He's trembling from his stalk to the bottom.
Ugh. This apple is going to have PTSD from insects.
Surprising.
They are very sensitive to the scent of sap. With all due respect, even among all the plants, Mr. Apple is quite attractive to insects.
I mean, to be fair, it's hard to resist a good-looking red juicy apple. Even if he's not, you know, an actual apple.
So it was the scent that attracted them. No wonder Mr. Apple's invisibility didn't work. Thank goodness we're here.
Juvis carefully cleans off the fluff on Apple with her handkerchief to restore his handsomeness.
Mr. Apple, did you find out anything?
Yes, Miss Druvis. I brought something insignificant. As we planned earlier, I disguised myself and reached the office building next to us. There is a device to detect arcane power at the entrance. However, this apple pried out what we needed from the guards.
What is it? Did Ms. Burton win on that voting list?
Sadly, not yet. It's not time for a formal vote. Everyone is cautious and remains neutral. Apart from that, there are some rumors in the Foundation. They are not very favorable to Vertin.
Which is a problem for them.
Rumors. It sounds as though the situation that Madame Z handles is more complicated and volatile than I thought. However, the votes have not been lopsided under such bad circumstances.
Which is
Perhaps
kind
that
of a good
means the
thing.
Arcanists who share our aspirations are not in the minority.
That said, I'm afraid we are starting a protracted war, Miss Druvis.
Yes, I know. I've taken inventory of the supplies. We can still hang in there for 4 weeks and a half. Although they have cut off the water and electricity supplies in the building, we can still live on the resources in the suitcase for a while. There are fewer guards destroying the woods, probably because the abattis works.
What worries this apple is that if the procedure to finalize the draft takes more than 4 weeks and a half, we would...
True. What's to say they won't wait this out?
We would then survive by gradually shrinking our territory until Madame Z's draft is officially approved. We have chosen the thorny trail, and so we are destined to burn our boats and never look back. Vertin. She is worth fighting for.
For this point, Captain and this apple have absolutely no disagreement.
True.
Then this apple will keep scouting around for updates so that we could respond in time.
I'll be fully honest, I don't know if they mentioned if Apple has invisibility or cloaking before, because if they did, I did not remember. Sotheby's eyes are fixed in another direction.
What are you looking at, Miss Sotheby?
Over there. It feels like someone is staring at us.
They both look over to that corner. There's nothing but shadows. Darkness looks like a pond of unimaginable depth. Juvis stands up.
Let's go back to the deep woods.
Curious. Oh, what did they know? Record of a nameless angler. Whispers could be heard everywhere. Someone has collected and written them down. Find it out. Sunday, 7:21. Angelina of the Field Operations Squad passed by the east side of the Foundation Square and saw someone in white by the fountain. This is the earliest sighting of the target. Same Sunday, 15:10. Mary of the medical department took stock of the Picrasma extract 3 in the warehouse, behind which she found a rubber fishing bucket with 3 sucker-mounted catfishes inside, which were 3 to 4 inches long. Same Sunday, 1522, Mary left the warehouse and the fishing bucket was gone. There were wired spots and a little granite rubble left on the ground. What could she have done in those 12 minutes? Monday, 6:30 to 8:30, a cleaner found some abandoned fish hooks near the fountains, as well as by multiple water sources, streams, estuaries. Most of the fish hooks were hung below the treetops. Same Monday, 22:33. Patrol squad found a set of fishing gears near reception area 13. The gear set includes a carbon fishing rod with woolen core, a foldable rubber fishing bucket, a comfortable folding chair, and 3 buckled boxes of baits made with carbuncle's tooth pulp. It is now taken to the lost and found. Alright, it seems to be a nameless angler in the Foundation. We have collected some basic information after the first inquiry, but still not. A lot is still remain unknown. What does he want? Where does he come from? Is he a ghost? A spy by other political organizations? Or an arcane puppet made by someone that plans to rip out all the sucker-mouthed catfishes because they have a problem with the appearance of the race? Everything remains unknown. Let's move on to the next inquiry. Its creases and folds are smoothened carefully. The writer's seriousness and sincerity could be read between the lines. Part 12. A letter. Committee member Pedro walks out of the changing room. He sees Delegate Mark sitting in front of the mirror and shaving his sideburns into sharp summits with pomade. A tie, ablaze with bright colors, is around his neck.
Isn't that scarf a bit too high profile?
Mark starts his beauty procedures and looks at Pedro in the mirror.
I think it fits me just well. You chose a gray shirt. Wise decision.
Looks like you're fully prepared.
Why is a gray shirt wise decision? I guess it's trying to make conversation. I don't know. Mark doesn't answer that question. Instead, he pulls out a volume of files and starts to draw and write on them.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the first debater of the day, Pedro Paul Gonzalez Reyes. Graduated from the Law School at the University of Sao Paulo, he is a member of the committee and, more importantly, the challenger of the debate.
Pedro lifts the curtain and steps onto the stage.
The other debater of the day is the delegate of the House of Integrados, Mark Hall. Over the past 10 years, he has served the Foundation by drafting countless acts and conventions. The topic of the debate today, storm reformation. Manpower and discipline is exactly a work of his.
There we go. Not one seat has been left empty around the debate stage. Madam Z's eyes follow Mark as he walks into the lights on the stage with a big smile. People on the stage are greeting each other. Madam Z takes off her glasses and wipes them again. The chamber is filled with noises. The confrontation between the two sides and... Can this thing not do that?
Both sides are seated.
Goddamn, stop auto-scrolling.
Before we start the debate officially, I suggest we give Mark, the draft writer, an opportunity to introduce the draft. Would you please, Mark?
With pleasure. Storm Reformation and its advocates believe in such a goal. In this ever-changing environment smitten by the storm, this draft will help the Foundation win the trust of a considerable number of Arcanists who have different backgrounds and abilities in a more efficient and stable way.
That is exactly where I must raise an objection.
That's where?
The draft has a huge risk which Mark Hall has not realized at all.
No, sir. I totally understand what you're trying to say. You have put forward several questionable arguments to prove Verton's suspicion of disloyalty. In response to that, please allow me to invoke the following cases to prove Verton's competence for leading the unregistered Arcanists. Please turn to page 373 of Verton's personnel file. As you can see, since Verton became the Timekeeper, the number of unregistered Arcanists she has rescued so far is 63. That is a number unmatched by that of anyone present. If that's not enough to prove her loyalty, let's continue.
I have to say, Mark, you have completely misunderstood my point of view.
What was there to misunderstand?
I don't care what Verton has done, but the feasibility of the draft. According to the existing regulations, the duties of educating and disciplining unregistered Arcanists are taken by the School of Discipline. While you suggested in the draft that Timekeeper's personal teaching would replace the current collective training. Have you ever thought about the budget that we could possibly spend on it? The Foundation spends an alarming sum of money on education every year, and there is no way we pay extra for personal training.
Oh, what budget? I don't see why we're talking about budget all of a sudden.
Right. What's he
Did you really read the draft? I didn't mention a word about budget.
Of course you didn't, which exactly proves you have never realized the risk I just mentioned.
Oh, it seems the real topic of the debate has just surfaced. I believe everyone in the hall is looking forward to where it goes. So, Mark, in terms of this point, we would like to know your real thoughts.
She gets up, walking towards the entrance. This is already a composition which the White would like to see.
The Blackstone is left there alone. The last move is also a defense in panic. If I were the player...
She gazes into the air, lost in her thoughts. She doesn't feel the gaze cast upon her from another direction. Constantine is watching Madame Z from her corner. As Madame Z walks to the entrance, somebody stops her. A white item is handed to her. And then, she disappears as soon as she steps out of the hall. Constantine averts her eyes and looks back to the two debaters on the stage. As soon as she has left the hall, Madame Z takes out the white note.
What is it?
Senato asked me to give it to you personally.
It looks like a simple, usual letter.
Dear Madam Z, with this letter, I send you my best regards. I have been instructed to manage affairs on behalf of Timekeeper during her treatment. Please let me know if there are any missions to alleviate the situation. I will do my best to meet your expectations. Sincerely, Zanetto.
Good news.
So things might turn into our advantage here. Artificial somnambulism guidance. The cloaks have come with a new idea. They've set up many equipment around the plaza. Stay put. Check its sturdiness. Let's see. We need a beast to deal with the plant. We need a star to deal with. No, wait, we need a plant to deal with the star. And we need a mineral to deal with the beast. So we have the beast already. We just need a mineral and a Now we just need a mineral on a plant. Yeah. So with that, I'll put in Celebi.
Let's have a party then!
And where did I pick the mineral? Sonata.
Just as what's been practiced countless times.
Wow! So many things that I haven't seen! What's this?
My sword sharp.
What's that?
Handy. So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Ah, it seems to be mixed up. It should be fine, right?
What did Terra do again? Round ends maximize. That's
Planting. What's this?
I believe in you. An unconventional choice.
The ingredient store owner said it was very effective. Please believe me. What's that?
My sword sharp. Handy.
Ah, it seems to be mixed up.
So
it should
long
be
lives
fine,
this,
right?
and this gives power to thee.
I might pass.
one out. Nice stack of sturdiness.
I believe in you.
What's this?
Sempre caro mi su quest'ermo cole.
Ah, it seems to be mixed up.
Yeah.
It should be fine, right?
My sword sharp. Depict the world I have never seen before. Regna sereno intenso ad infinito. Each moment, now night. I will pray for you. Sorry.
Their plan won't work. The trees don't dream. Artificial Somnambulism Guidance V2.10.16. Welcome panel 00101PL. Welcome to the Dream, Arcanist. To enter Examination Dream, investigator stamina and athletic performance. Test the tip of your nose with your left forefinger, and press the spot above your heart with your right ring finger and middle finger. Hold the position for 3 seconds. When you feel heat in your throat or the middle part of your spine, press the button. To enter the Examination Dream, investigators practice of arcanum knowledge and incantations. Press the tip of your tongue against the roof of your mouth and imagine something that makes you anxious or worried as specifically as possible. When there are goosebumps on your skin, press the start button. To enter the Training Dream Custom Mental Stability, clench your fists 3 to 5 times. Press the green button upwards by 1 notch and press the start button. To enter the Status Simulation Dream Conventional Insight Tour, hold the afflatus medium or the relevant books you need, swallow the vanilla mint provided by the device, and press the start button. New feature panel 00102PL. How to use the Joint Training Dream Technical Cooperation. 1. Make sure the distance between the 2 joint training devices is less than 25 meters and they are not separated by any aluminum wires. 2. Make sure the 2 devices have the same node, enemy number, weather, and terrain. 3, 4, 6. Choose a reasonable mode according to your conditions. We just skipped over 5 altogether and didn't even have any explanations for Dream 4. What the hell's up with that? As if things weren't concerning enough as it is in this place. Sharp and glaring. I can tell it's the color of warning. Part 13. Flashing red.
Oh, you're also here?
Lilia. Shineta hears her as she stops to practice.
Yes. I am taking combat drills with the artificial somnambulism training system.
Lilia casts a sideways look at the screen in front of Shineta. There shows her overall time length of practice.
6 hours. I'm not the only one goofing around.
No, I'm not. I am not goofing around. I am waiting for orders.
Right. Her face flushes scarlet. Lilia initiates the machine in front of her, unaware of her awkwardness.
Well, much luckier than me. I have so many things to believe. Bit Baklushe. Have you heard it? Literally me. I should have turned down the offer when they promoted me to the Foundation headquarters. They don't have any field missions for a flying witch.
Is it because of the provisions of talent protection?
Only God knows. House arrest may be a better name.
She does a casual glance at the screen.
Look, since we're both bored to death, do you want to have a try at some difficult things?
What is it?
This.
She pouts her lips, hinting at something which she thinks to be obvious to both of them.
Have you tried the artificial somnambulism joint training? Put on the helmet together and switch to multiplayer mode. 2 operators can take on a harder training mode. More insane enemies. Like playing in the arcade.
Sorry, I'm still a little bit tired tonight. Shineta stares blankly at Lilia as she operates the machines.
Okay. Shall I turn this red knob?
She is a bit worried, not sure what to do. She has to imitate what Lilia just did. And she murmurs.
What is an arcade?
Oh god, she doesn't know what an arcade is. Though it makes sense. Shineta's been in the Foundation for, I think, her entire life, so I guess it makes sense she wouldn't know what an arcade is. Poor thing. The floor starts to vibrate as the machine goes into function. The multiplayer mode has been initiated.
What did you say? I can't hear you with my helmet on.
Good lord, we can't hear you with the helmet on. It sounds so muffled.
Ooh, nice controller. Хорошо. I'm entering the zone now. It's been a long time. Why not have some fun?
She quickly taps on some buttons, and the warning indicator on Shineta's equipment suddenly flashes a red light.
The light is flashing. What did you press? I switched it to the hardest mode. You better get it together.
Oh lord.
Wait!
But there is no time to wait. 2 words in big red fonts appear on the screen in front of them. Drill starts.
Don't fail me, sub-student.
The helmet was cut off. The helmet has cut off the vital fluids and diverted them into a pre-programmed battlefield. The operator's vision is about to change. Oh boy. Oh my god, what did the guy be fighting? Quite in the... Okay, they weren't kidding about the highest difficulty. They got me fighting one of almost every single element. Perplexed creation. Yet it's all just management dictate. No less. Oh, what the hell is this? Ambitious continuous action, AP+1 crap. Oh god, this is going to be utter hell to fight against. I'll be surprised if I can do this within 15 rounds. Okay, definitely not using Eternity because Squassy's strong, her abilities require her to use up HP, and I didn't want to deal with that.
Me? Did you find something?
The main boss this fight is a spirit type, so intellect type would be good to have, so I'm putting in X. I'll put in Sotheby for the healing. Or maybe Tooth Fairy, so she can both heal and debuff. I don't know, level up in resonance while I'm out of it.
Stop talking. It's time for a checkup.
There we go.
I'm here for a worn tooth.
And just for added help, I'll put in Sotheby for more healing.
Let's have a party then!
I think I'll keep in Melania. So we have a bit of a disadvantage in the first round. No, it's the second round, so I'll have a disadvantage. Third round, I'm definitely going to need X here. Oh boy, here we go.
What interesting accident will happen next?
Why do I only have two Arcanists here? What happened? Last I checked, I came in here with three people, not two. Oh boy.
Plan A.
This thing did something, didn't it?
Plan B. Plan A. 3, 2, 1, down.
Ooh, almost killed it.
Plan B. The show's on. Plan A. Time waits for no one, even for a great people.
Okay, this fight is kind of annoying. What is this? Shield crate. Immune to all sets cannot be healed. All damage taken is set to 1. And destroyed plus 5 marks for destroyed side. Okay.
Plan B.
Wow.
An unconventional choice.
Whoops. An accident.
Yeah, I'll focus on the mineral first.
Huh.
Plan A.
Wow. Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea. Whoops. An accident.
Plan failed.
Just a reminder. Watch your steps. Wow. Mind the machines on the ground. Bang.
A mice pass.
Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea.
Well, I don't know what happened. Pretty sure I came in here with a whole party of, 3 people. Might have gotten me with 2.
The show's on, hounds. Time waits for no one, even for a great people.
This is where it starts getting harder.
Just a reminder. Wow.
Plan B.
Mind the machines on the ground. Bang. Pitch. Easy job.
3, 2, 1, down.
Oh, almost killed it.
Plan A.
Huh. Wow. Oops. An accident.
You out.
Just a reminder. Huh. Wow. Mind the machines on the ground. Bang. Hey!
Pansy, Plan A. Pansy.
No.
The show's on, hounds. Plan A.
Huh.
Time waits for no one, even for a great king.
An unconventional choice.
Please live up to my expectations, colleagues.
Almost took it out in the first time.
My apologies. Don't beat me. My apologies. Don't beat me. Wow.
Pansy. Plan A.
Okay, so finish her off.
Please live up to my expectations, colleagues.
Whew, that went smooth.
Exactly.
Didn't feel like it.
I am exhausted.
Almost joking.
Jesus, woman. They took off their helmets, slumping onto the floor together. Their gloves are soaked in sweat. They subside into momentary silence, looking at each other. They burst into laughter in high spirits.
I haven't had so much fun for centuries. How many times did we die?
Sorry, I cannot do math now. My mind goes blank.
Who would expect the Sonetto would have a brain fade?
Happens to the best of us. Lilia falls backwards, lying on her back, staring at the white ceiling with peaceful joy. Sonata leans on the wall, exhausted. It was a fight of verve and vitality. All the noises that have been nagging them for days now seem to have disappeared. There are only breaths, the wind, and the smell of the concrete floor.
Have you heard the result of the debate?
I heard that. The number of people opposing the draft significantly increased after the debate.
It's not going well.
Yep.
Soon will be the voting session. The opposition has taken the lead.
I hope Miss Druvis can hold out.
You visited them?
I submitted a request to enter that building. The system arranged guards to accompany me to ensure my safety. The moment they entered the building, they started sawing the trees, saying that they need to carve out the path. Since then, I have not been there.
4.5 weeks. After that, they can't hold on for any longer.
Really? In that case, the vote result has to come out before that.
Soneto's in deep contemplation.
Hi. May the peace be with us.
Hello. May the peace be with us.
Do you mind giving us some privacy?
Do whatever you like.
They walk to the break room in the hallway.
Here is Madame Z's message. Please visit her in the office on Friday.
Ah, okay. Copy that. Thank you for the message.
With pleasure.
She nods and places her hand on her chest.
Wish you a good day.
Secretary Saren leaves the room at a quick trot. When Sonetto returns to her exercise equipment, she finds Lilia is about to leave the room.
Are you leaving?
Yes.
She picks up her gloves and the canteen, but hesitates. She pauses for a brief moment, then quickly turns back to Sonetto.
Do you know how the penalties for destruction of public property of the Foundation and Brawl are determined?
Huh? Well, according to measures of the Foundation for Administrative Penalties, Based on the severity of the circumstances, fines will be imposed and the offender's salary shall be deducted accordingly in minor cases, while detention or expulsion shall be imposed in major cases. The penalty also depends on what is damaged. For example, production tools, household goods, buildings, equipment, and facilities, etc. These are the properties that involve less cost and limited influence if damaged.
Lily, you are not possibly planning what I think you are right now.
If the number of people involved in a brawl is equal to or less than 8, and there are no major casualties, the penalty will be minor. May I ask what happened? Why are you asking this all of a sudden?
Nothing. As I said, bored to death. So bored that I have been paying attention to the Foundation's regulations. Even the flying manuals failed to win this much of my attention.
She waves at her and leaves without looking back.
So long, Sonetto. Hopefully there's good news for us next time I see you.
Yeah, hopefully. Could that really be the reason for asking such a thing? The good news is, 10 more moves to go. Part 14. All or nothing.
We are falling behind even further. A vote or two won't help us turn this around.
I know. The move to deny was indeed useless.
The Arcanists that were on our side have defected. I misjudged the situation in the debate.
Clearly. We've got
going
people
to
turning
seize the
against us.
opportunity and the initiative.
She doesn't respond to him, only pacing back and forth in the room.
To seize the initiative may bring us the chance.
38 lines go across the board in horizontal and vertical directions, crossing one another in 361 intersections as orderly as the stars.
That is to say, don't pull back, don't jump, even when they're attacking, but to focus on the bigger picture, to win strong positions.
She seems to have a sudden flash of insights, and reaches out one of her hands without being aware of doing so.
The black took care. Then the white hane. And the black counter hane here. The white stand. The black osai.
Now, looks like you figured out something.
Through these moves, I see. The move to D11 can save us more than 10 Mokov stones.
I'll be honest, I don't know what she's getting at. I never played Othello, so... Well, I have, just never understood the rules.
We can still win within 10 moves. Mark.
Yes? Are there any other things we can do?
We need an influencer. A leader who can win us more than 10 votes. Give me the file of the uncommitted leaders, including those who were neutral about this issue in the beginning.
Okay.
What are you planning, Madam Z? He seems perplexed, but still quickly retrieves the files and starts browsing them on the chair. The room is in complete silence except for the slight noise of flipping pages.
Bard.
No. Too young to be convincing.
Noni, head of the Natural Resource Committee?
There are only 3 of them in the group.
Senator Bernard, leader of the Mankind Caucus. Forget it.
Bernard? Oh, yes. He can be your man. He is eloquent and leads a group of 11. All of the 11 are his loyal followers.
Really now?
Why is he uncommitted? I thought he would be the first to vote.
Perhaps they believe it's a sure bet.
Find out what he's been up to.
But, Madam Z, are you sure you want to cooperate with him? This doesn't make any sense. We don't even serve the same group.
Mark, we're all serving for the Foundation's future. I just want to know what he needs now.
The office in Chicago, US. He is trying to cover that region with his influence. Bernard believes the employees there are guilty of serious dereliction of duty. They discriminate against humans of different classes, and are suspected of committing electoral fraud in collusion with the local capitals. The Supreme Court's investigators have already intervened, but they cannot go out due to the storm right now, so the case is pending investigation.
Chicago office. I've read the reports on there.
I feel like we've heard about the Chicago office once or twice. Just can't remember where.
I see. Great. Exactly what we can help with.
Is it?
Through what?
Through Soneto. I have a meeting with her on Friday. This may lead us to a win-win situation.
Really, no. One can only hope it does. The hardest mode. Don't waste such a chance. Hardest mode it is. Press the button. Got carbuncles again. Like, the chant of incantations echoes here. After I cast a 3-star incantation, HP minus 25% for all enemies. Oh, okay. That gets mineral type.
Me?
Spirit type.
Did you find something?
Now, where is Mesmer Jr.?
Great. A mission with a bunch of Arcanists.
What interesting accident will happen next?
Let's see. Start that
Your
first.
name?
There's a buff.
Any bad habits? Hang in there. Stay away from me.
Wow. Huh. Whoops. An accident. Whoops. An accident.
One out.
Stink bug.
Wow. Huh. Pitch. Easy job. Whoops. An accident. Just a reminder. Wow. Mind the machines on the ground. Bang. Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea. Huh. Wow.
What's this?
Please live up to my expectations, colleagues. I would like to express my deepest regret for the accidents.
This is the victory you deserve. Quite yet. Good. I got back to this one. Hold on, let me grab this one. There we go. Now, this is what happened.
That was a good sleep, dude. You drooled everywhere. Almost glued my eyelids. You didn't expect there to be so many complicated, confusing factions in the Foundation.
No, we did not.
Can't they just make this institution simpler so that people can tell one group from another easily? Like telling the difference between cake layers? The Foundation is a mess. Listen up. It drifts along the chaotic swirl between order and disorder, enticing countless idealists and realists to come over. The storm exacerbates the chaos. Those Arcanists who were snorkeling are now surfacing. You see, Miss Z is a great example. She is even sitting at the same conference table with the human elites. The undercurrents, however, are still lurking. Natural Resource Committee, Mankind Caucus, Culture and Education Department. Their members are hard to differentiate given the intricate backgrounds. They bustled for benefits and mired in countless trivial matters. You see, you need to divide them into groups, and divide until you break a huge entity into small groups, as small as possible. That's when they are able to clean the vomit on the living room floor effectively and emotionlessly.
How do we go through all this to talking about vomit on the living room floor? What did you do? Ugh. Jeez. Be burnt, be torn, be hidden in the corner, then be picked up by a bird. Part 15, From the Ashes.
Best wishes for the upcoming victory.
It will be the final vote soon. It's a stunning victory for us. Cheers!
Cheers! May the peace be with us.
There's Bernard. The group is fully immersed in the joy brought by the collective glory.
You're in a good mood.
And suddenly, it all was silenced by just one figure.
Z?
You must be in the wrong room. You can't find those friends who tell Balderdash here.
Bernard stops them with a wag of his hand. He pushes his way through the crowd and comes up to her.
What brings you here, our honorable committee member?
May I have a word with you, Bernard?
Let me check my watch again. It's 3 in the afternoon. I don't think I've drunk that much. Could you repeat that again? You want me to canvass for you?
To be more precise, to form a partnership.
My, what a creative idea. What can you offer? Not supporting such a stupid draft next time? Or recruiting new Arcanists for our caucus?
What about a witness for the case of Chicago office?
He's got him. He instantly frowns.
Who is it? Give me the name.
I will, if you collaborate with me. Or talk to me with a better attitude.
Right. C's showing him that C's the one holding the cards right now. So you better watch that tone.
I'm sorry. Our philosophies have always been different, and that led to prejudice. But being mysterious won't show us sincerity for each other, right?
No, it won't, and the music's going in again. It's really getting serious now.
A staff of mine is willing to testify as a witness. Her report can prove your point.
Strong enough to prove their negligence?
It depends on the special prosecutor. But the evidence is strong enough to prove that you're innocent from setting up others out of your personal interest.
You can't help breaking into laughter.
Looks like you've got your own little bird. The management there sucks. They don't serve humans or Arcanists. They're just puppets manipulated by money. I want to bring order back to that place. And I've collected quite a lot of evidence against them. Yet the most ridiculous thing happened. In the second week after I submitted the investigation application to the Supreme Court, the evidence was gone. My men found their charred pieces in the garbage room. Someone threw them into the shredding incinerator. It was like I could do nothing but surrender.
You have a wolf by your ears. I understand.
Bernard takes a deep breath before he starts to talk again.
But you're asking for too much. 11 votes. We're on the opposite side. I can never persuade all of them to vote for you. Besides, the court session of the Chicago case starts later than the final vote. Don't tell me you want the service before you pay for it.
Don't worry. You can vote after testifying.
How are you gonna do that?
I will do what I can, in my power. The vote won't start so soon.
He raises one eyebrow.
I can try for 9 votes, or 10, for the appreciation of your political resourcefulness.
Madam Z holds the hand waiting in front of her.
Good luck making a better Chicago office, Bernard.
Just what are you planning, Z? Friendship first, my friend. Part 16. Contact point. Unlike the other days, Constantine isn't by her desk today. The light in her room stays off. She has her back to the door, facing the window. Daylight slowly permeates into the dark room through the rigid marble windows.
Miss Petra.
Come in.
I'm here to report the situation so far. Some neutral parties have tilted in favor of the draft.
How many?
Not a lot of them, but enough to make the votes even. They have always pursued revolution in the Foundation. Looks like Mark has finally persuaded them. I heard Miss Z has been working hard on canvassing too. But the number of the conservatives remains the same. We don't have to worry about that. I believe we will still prevail in the final vote days later.
What about the other groups?
Still functioning as usual. Nothing special. By the way, Bernard and his men paid a visit to SPDM. I didn't get to talk to them.
She turns back to face the window.
Thank you for the report. She's never been so persistent. Do you know why she's been so different this time, Pedro?
I didn't realize you had time to invite me to play table tennis. Or are you actually here to lobby, Madam Z?
I'll say both, Katz. Back then when I was a student, I'd often invite my classmates to play ping pong after we left the laboratory. A cold shower after getting soaked in sweat is a piece of memory I can't forget.
You remind me of the old days in the table tennis varsity. You're the only one I can practice with here. Serve it, Madam Z. Let's compete.
Now it dies when state. No, it dies when state's cleared. Guardian spirits again. The garment of the Foundation's core mind materializes in the form of gilded marble. Solid, loyal, and tidy. Okay then. But just how solid is the question?
Oh, it's our genius. Any insane new ideas?
Let's get the level up a bit more. There we go.
Great. A mission with a bunch of Arcanists.
Friendship prevails all. Our teammates are not in an ideal condition and thus unable to fight properly. Please watch out for our guardian elves. Enemy attacks must target the caster. Fixed damage still to bad attacks to 1. Oh, Jesus. What's the HP on these things exactly? That's permanent. I'm not sure if we're actually supposed to win this. Just gotta make sure not to lose anybody.
Any bad habits?
Huh.
Your name? Hang in there. Stay away from me.
Okay, they're doing most of the damage. So really, you just gotta keep it alive.
Any bad habits? No worries. Hang in there. I smell the scent of mint oil.
Yeah, that's all I gotta do. Just keep it alive.
Relax.
In this case, probably
Your
carry
name?
more healers in
No
here.
worries. I smell the scent of mint oil. Hang in there. Thank you for your cooperation. We need some peaceful Ready for medical interventions. Your name? Relax. It's a treatment with a higher dose. Stay away from me.
Every choice will affect the outcome.
Any bad habits?
Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea.
Calm down.
Almost there. Ow. How am I not getting any more healing cards?
Just a reminder.
No.
Watch your steps. Wow. Mind the machines on the ground. Bang.
Thank you for your cooperation.
There we go.
Relax. Your name? Any bad habits? I smell the scent of mint oil.
That'll do.
Hang in there. Calm down.
Almost there. Just gotta hold out.
Ready for medical? Any bad habits? Relax. It's a treatment with a higher dose. Stay away from me.
One. That's two.
Let's call it a day. I need a deep cleaning.
Backhand shot. Great, great.
She nimbly picks up the white ball and bows.
Again. Ready to go. Hey. Nice shot.
Ramsey strikes. The little ball flies over the net in an extremely low parabola and goes into the unguarded corner of the table. Katz turns her body to the one side, striking the ball back confidently.
We're planning to revise some articles in the draft.
Which articles?
The articles about strengthening the control of registered Arcanists. You're right. We do need to improve the credibility of the Foundation in the outside world.
Tell me more.
The Timekeeper's power to discipline should be transferred back to the School of Discipline at the Foundation. The Foundation will conduct a unified risk assessment on Arcanists to ensure this team is always under control.
It does sound plausible.
But in fact, it still belongs to the Timekeeper, right?
That is our minimum requirement. And you will not change.
I didn't expect you to compromise.
It's not a compromise. It's a reasonable amendment to the draft. Transferring the power of education and discipline to the Foundation will help lower the budget and reduce the pressure on Verton.
And you would even lobby an opponent, me, for this amendment.
A reasonable appeal shouldn't be rejected just because it is raised by a different faction. The Foundation needs solidarity, not contradiction. If the draft is meant to pass, I will do whatever I can to make it meet most expectations. Just like this ping pong game. Friendship first, competition second. Legislation shall serve the people.
Well done, Madam Z.
You have my vote, Madam Z.
Well done.
A vote is not the only thing I need, Cats.
It's the same meeting C's pulling the strings. But Madam Z is definitely tugging back. That's the first one. Was the other one first? Right.
Ping pong. Ping pong. Ping.
Imitation show.
Yes, an imitation show. A ball imitation show, little thing. You're imitating the Messiah, while I'm imitating an orange ball made of plastic. Being pushed back and forth by two rackets. I have nowhere else to go. Once they apply a force on me, I can't help bouncing to the sky. You can see how the air flows across my dry, wrinkled skin.
Didn't need all that exposition.
Oh, what a coincidence. Aren't you in the same situation as mine now? Ha! Look at your frowning face. Your face wrinkles from the eyebrows to the nose tip. But people can barely see those light furrows. We know what that means. You have a poker face, and it's never your fault. But for now, your face is not the thing that matters. Well, maybe for someone it is, but still, it's not. You know what really matters? The game. Yes, it's the game. Of course the game matters. Everyone loves the game. They gather at the stadium yelling or roaring vehemently. They choose one team to become its fan and spend good money on a team uniform or an autographed ball. Yet, it's just a ball. You see where I'm coming from?
Not particularly, no.
Just a ball. Its outline, a circle, could be found in any geometry textbook and anywhere in this world. When the first hominid picked up a coconut and threw it to the sky, and caught it, and threw it, and caught it, and threw it again, when she felt joy and yelped, had she ever thought of the future? The future where a simple ball has become so complicated and enchanting. Now we call it the present.
Complicated and enchanting.
Yes, sure. Complicated and enchanting. Use your silly and smart head to think about this ball game carefully. The complex scoring rules, the harsh requirements for reactive agility, the countless possible foul points. Your fingers, your wrists and arms, a correct way of using them will lead to victory. What matters more is, like every ball game, it focuses on how you serve the ball and hit it back. It's not an easy job as it sounds. When you are in the game, you need to concentrate. Where will the ball come from and how will you return it to your opponent? You need to figure that out within half a second. Use your power in a proper way. Move your feet in a stable pace. Inhale and exhale at the right timings. Ping, pong, ping, pong, ping, pong, ping, pong. The sound will last forever and ever, until that bouncing little thing falls to either side of the court.
So the more I hear this guy, the less I understand anything that comes out of their mouth. Like, how am I supposed to comprehend any of that? Fair play. A few clerks stop and watch by the table. The game is about to start. Pick up the rest. Something I can work with here. Let's see. We need beast type. I really need beast type here. Why am I bringing one mineral type to deal with that one beast type that's in there?
Be with us. I believe in you.
A tooth for a tooth.
Candy. I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
Feel its pain and know with regret.
Above us, that stupid terror. I hate that move.
Plan A. My sword sharp.
I'm out.
Sempre caro mi tu quest'ermo cole. Handy.
An eye for an eye.
3, 2, 1, down.
Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
Can you get some netto something here, please?
I believe in you. The show's on, hounds. So long lives this, and this gives power to thee. Time waits for no one, even for a great people. Plan A, Plan B. Plan A. An unconventional choice.
And you're out.
Whew, that went smooth.
Exactly.
You received applause and admiration. A sentence falls down in the cave and breaks into countless words. Part 17. Echoes in the dark. Days later.
Constantine,
Constantine, sitting behind the rostrum, looks up, She takes off her reading glasses and closes the book in her hand.
Has the voting started? You see, here is the number of votes I have estimated. The pro-drafts will lose by 5 votes to their opponent. Don't forget our bet. The one who loses will pay for the new stamps.
The final vote is not today, I'm afraid.
Not today? She has a complicated look on her face.
The speech is still ongoing. She's just started the part on Article 3, Section 5 of the Rules of Procedure, but the speech has already lasted 7 hours. Even some delegates have left.
7 hours? She's trying to draw this out as much as she can.
What?
She smiles, surprised.
A filibuster?
Yes, and Katz's speech will be right after that.
Oh yeah, that voting's not coming today. It's gonna come much later.
So, I guess the final vote won't start until tomorrow. That won't make a difference. Delaying the vote won't change the result.
Constantine sighs. You think so, Chairwoman, but Constantine conceded this is the ruse.
I don't know yet. I didn't expect that she would be trying so hard. But for me, this is not necessarily bad news. The filibuster will only have 2 outcomes. It is either one of the parties wins over 2/3 of support and gains victory, or both parties get stuck in a tug of war. If this tug of war doesn't end with a clear outcome, the Storm Reformation will end up completely dead and forbidden to be discussed within 5 years. Are the stakes getting too high?
Someone treads over from the doorway. As he comes up to them, he bends over so that only Constantine can hear him.
Madam Vice President, Mr. President came back from the Pax House.
Oh. Oh.
I will go see him now.
He's waiting for you in the office.
Well, this changes things. It has been over a year since they last met. Constantine quickly trots along the hallway. The window is good enough to give reflections. She stops and fixes her collar. The door is left half open.
Mr. President.
Is that him?
Good day to you, sir. May the peace be with us.
May the peace be with us.
Are you feeling better these days?
I can still hang in for a few years. Thank you.
Are they doing all right?
Just as usual. Nothing to worry about.
He gives Constantine a small wave in the shadow. She walks up to him.
I'll stay in the Foundation these months. The agenda is well arranged. There is something more important that I must tell you in person.
Constantine nods and bends over to listen.
That meant a lot of my...
The shadow of the president casts on her.
The end and the more.
The rusty, feeble words are difficult to catch, but the meaning of every word makes her eyes wide open, out of shock.
This is their judgment.
Yes.
Then I have no objection to it.
What did he tell her to get her so shook up? She slowly resumes standing, then retreats for a few steps and almost falls on the floor.
Hold tight, my friend.
She supports herself by the file cabinet.
Excuse me. I have to admit, I was surprised. Thank you for telling me this.
What did he tell her? This is the first time we actually seen her shooken up like that. It was a little entertaining to watch.
Look at where you are. Alina also once stood here.
Who was that?
A human, a member of the St. Pavlov Foundation. She started from here, took 33 steps and a half, turned left, opened the door, and then turned right, went on for another 5 meters. She stopped and opened the Historical Intelligence Cabinet.
Why was she there?
For work, sweetheart. Most of the actions we took in most of the time were for our jobs, or for the sake of getting one. She's a good employee, the kind of person who sincerely wishes to contribute to society. Her dedication to work equally applied to events as big as maintaining peace, and matters as trivial as looking through old files. It was the 1931 file, or the 1935 one. She hasn't gotten there yet. But there is another folder which has caught her attention. On December 28th, 1932, on the wonderful day of the Holy Innocents in Mexico, 13 Arcanist high school students attacked the crowd during the nighttime celebration.
What?
They claimed the Oracle had uttered to them, from the inside of a gigantic Cordia Eleanoides, that they had to shoulder the responsibility to protect the people. So they took their wands and knives, carried bottles of potion of concocted picric acid and nitrocellulose, and walked into the festival market like any regular happy young people. Their attack led to 17 deaths. 6 were injured, among which 4 were disabled for life. One young girl among the attackers couldn't physiologically stop her hysterical laughter, even when she was under arrest. She quivered convulsively, with her hands twitching tightly on 31-centimeter long pruning shears. She kept muttering the word Bakoti, which is the common way to call the Cordia Eleanoides among the lumber dealers. In the Aztec civilization, it means giant mouth. Any mouth can talk. In this case of mass hysteria, this was the one true rule. Hysteria, madness, paranoia, hearing voices or seeing things. These abnormalities are the sparks flying in the air, and Arcanists are like dry cotton. The encounter of the two will cause a fire. Paulina complained quietly. She accused the danger of fire, the risk of heat. One can hardly hold no grudges against the flame when it is hidden next to you patiently, waiting. She started to mutter something of a more extreme nature. She was carried away, forgot that each individual has their own right even in a collective body. She forgot what public opinion can do to subtly influence a community. Her eyes were fixed on the scarlet flame. Racist thoughts crept silently into her blonde-haired, beautiful head like a cunning centipede. Fortunately, this is not yet the end of the story. Paulina still had her chances to change.
To change?
Change. Yes. An alteration. Everybody has to change. You can improve your living standards, pay for prettier white clothes, drive around in a limo painted in bright pink. Anything to prove that you're as much of a man as those tough warriors in ancient Europe.
You wouldn't catch me dead in a limo painted bright pink.
Or you can try the bitter side of life. A life so bad that every weekend you have nowhere to go but lie on a couch hollowed out by your dog and pick your nose. You pick it hard just to locate and take out the hardest, largest booger that irritates your nasal membranes to stop the endless sneezing.
Can we not get into so much detail like that, please? Thank you.
The change of Paulina started from a question. A senior staff of the Foundation walked to her, flipping through the pages of the same folder, and asked, "But Paulina, how are you going to deal with the fire?" On the next page, the survivors started a new life under the supportive measures, and the crazy children have left their poor family, leaving the violence and harassment behind, and moved into a sanatorium with white walls. The record of the follow-up visits showed that they have stayed mentally stable since. They learned to calm themselves and overcame drug addiction and alcohol abuse. Some of them were even married. Between the last 2 pages, there lies a thank you letter. The name signed at the end of the letter went on for 2 lines. And the last name ends with a cheerful strike going up, like a smiley face. The fire is always there, Paulina. We need to find a way to live with it, not to extinguish it. Keep them somewhere safe, like a high shelf, and away from the fuel. Watch over the temperature. Maybe teach them to burn in a manner that no one, including themselves, would be hurt. Division and confrontation have never taken this world to a better place, have they? They went on talking for a bit more, about the responsibilities of this job, about personal liabilities, about hatred, about the minorities, about the practices that ought to be taken to realize ideas. Young Paulina had changed. Drops of tears seep out from the bottom of that pair of beautiful green eyes. I shed tears with her, of course. Sadly, I was busy sucking the flavoring powder on chips off my fingers and missed the right moment to wipe those tears off my face.
And you ruined it. You ruined the moment.
Nevertheless, this is my favorite episode. We should watch it again.
Were you talking about a TV show?
Look at where you are. Paulina also once stood here.
Oh, God. Again, whenever this narrator comes up, I find it so hard to pay attention. Because it feels like he just goes on one topic and it just immediately switches to another. Like, how are you supposed to keep up with that? I literally just lost my train of thought halfway through that. Footprints. Muddy, determined footprints and lines in the white marble floor are easily recognizable. Part 18. Road of a Puppy.
As witness?
Yes. Your report means a lot to him.
I can provide the report, but I have no experience in court hearings. If I say something wrong, will it affect the special prosecutor's decision?
That's an unexpected question. Madam Z's voice turned stencil and soft after a moment of speechlessness.
Soneto, testifying is not taking exams. The court doesn't need a skillful witness. Just honestly tell them what you saw. Focus on the point, and don't distort the facts. The Supreme Court, they value the sense of justice of the youth.
Sense of justice.
And that's a noble quality you have.
I will do my best, Madam Z.
Call the witness.
Entangled by the crowd, Sonetta walks into the court. In front of her, the special prosecutor has an almost godlike solemn look on her face.
Greetings. May the peace be with us.
May the peace be with us. Sonetto, as informed by the subpoena, you have been called forth by the accuser, Bernard Wilson, to testify as the witness in court. Could you specify the relationship between you and the accuser?
We did not know each other. I heard of him at work, but we rarely worked together.
Then why did he call you?
I was one of the parties involved in the 1929 storm incident. I submitted a detailed report of that. He searched the database and found the report, so he made a request for access to my supervisor, Madam Z. Then, Madam Z asked if I would be willing to provide the report and attend court as witness.
Could you tell me the reason why you agreed to testify?
My immediate supervisor is having a long-term treatment, and there are more time slots available on my schedule. I am happy to be able to make a difference during the time and defend the established facts. More importantly...
Suneta musters her courage and presents a box of files on the desk.
I personally believe that there is still much room for improvement for the Foundation's office in Chicago in the United States.
The special prosecutor seems slightly surprised.
What is this, Miss Sineto?
This is a record of all my travels from the time I received the promotion order in the research center to go to the office in Chicago in the United States, to the time I went back to the headquarters of the Foundation when the storm came. This is the field report and diary I wrote about the storm in 1929.
What point do you make?
I would like to prove that the Foundation's office in Chicago in the United States violated the Declaration, Fight for the Peace and Order of Mankind, and the rights of some humans and Arcanists.
You're tarnishing our reputation!
Someone leaps to his feet on the other side of the table. He is the assigned director of this constituency, the defendant of this court.
I request a debate duel! I won't allow her to distort the truth like this!
Mr. Seth, I haven't checked these files yet. Silence, please.
Your Honor, you can examine the files one by one while we're having the debate duel. I can't bear to see the long history of our office slandered in this way by a newcomer. I demand a duel with her.
Sounds like someone's got something to hide.
Sineto is an investigator with rich combat experience. There is no good dueling with her.
The special prosecutor turns to Suneta.
Do you accept the debate duel?
I have no objection, madam.
The defendant's neck has turned scarlet out of anger. The special prosecutor stands up and raises both of her arms.
Please to the stage, duelists. The debate during your duel will be faithfully recorded. 3 defeats in the debate of one side will end the duel. You have the floor now.
Here we go. Debater Angelo. So we need stars to deal with him, but we might need to bring in a mineral as well as a beast type to deal with the other two. So we can't. We're stuck with 3 characters here. Is this going to be fight one-on-one? Is that what's happening here? So. Let me see. Beast. We need beast first. Beast, mineral, and star. Beast, mineral, star.
Nothing unexpected.
Yes, one-on-one.
For now.
Fighting alone is always exhausting. AP +1 for deployed characters on both sides. Enter exhausted status after defeating an enemy.
I have decades of historical materials of the office and know it better than anyone else. While you were in office for just 3 days? What makes you think your testimony is more valuable than my materials?
Whether the history is long or short, it does not affect the validity of the facts. Article 78 of the International Law of Procedure states, any individual who has knowledge of the case and has an independent will is obliged to testify as witness. Hereon, I shall prove the value of my testimony.
Pansy. 3, 2, 1, down.
Already.
The show's on, How Pansy. Time waits for no one, even for a great people. An unconventional choice.
February 14th, 1929, after the storm, half of the staff in the office were absent from work. I learned that this was permitted by the director. They were required to sell alcohol in speakeasies at night to make a profit for the office.
Seriously?
The malpractice at daytime was therefore tacitly approved. This can be found in Photo Appendix number 3-12-8.
Slander! It's individual behavior of the employees who do not comply with the rules.
I'm trying to remember. Is there anything else that we need to take in? Damage bonus and damage taken reduction. Negative 50%.
Plant eggs, handy. Unconventional choice.
Okay, let's go over loose, people. Just making sure.
The show's on. Plant
No,
eggs.
I don't want to do that.
Time waits for no one, even for a grapefruit. Three, two, one, down. Pansy. Wait for 5 seconds.
It's 2 out.
That morning, an hour and a half before my encounter with Timekeeper, a procession appeared in the square in front of the office. They were mostly humans, with a few Arcanists. They were protesting against the high registration fee charged by the office for registering their identity information. In addition, there was a racial brawl in the square, but the office did not send anyone to pacify the crowd or maintain the order.
Do you have any evidence?
I wrote them in my diary. Does that count as evidence?
Yes. Please tell me which page it is on.
Can I actually count?
The show's on. How Pansy. Time waits for no one, even for a grapefruit.
Money's gonna be a bit of a
A mice
disadvantage here. We already got himself health half down. Still taking a lot of damage though.
Plant eggs, Pansy. Unconventional choice. A mice pass. And failed. The show's on. Hounds, Pansy. Time waits for no one, even for a grapefruit.
These are all insignificant glitches. To be honest, you can find similar problems in any large institution in the world. As long as we manage the office in a different way or change the staff, it would be improved. But you claimed that we violated the Declaration of Peace. This is pure slander, gross defamation.
I am not slandering the office. Schneider. You refuse to offer a human, no, an entire family, the shelter of the Foundation.
It all goes back to Schneider.
It's time to say goodbye. Don't miss me, really. I'll be back.
Schneider, a friend we met in Chicago. She once chose to join the Foundation under the pressure of both the Storm and Manus Vindictae. But instead of offering any solution or help, you just gave her a rejection letter. I found this letter in her suit pocket. It had a small line written on it. Poppers, fuck off.
I had completely no idea what this was about. Not to mention the fact that no one at the office had ever heard of the Storm. What help could they offer?
Like the story.
In this particular case, you should have reported to the headquarters or to the investigators out there, instead of doing nothing but leaving an insult. I do not understand why there was such wording on it. Was it because she did not pay enough shelter fee to qualify for sheltering? Or was it because the wand she used was transformed by Arcanum, which made you think she was an Arcanist? Does not the Declaration of Peace say,
Everyone, strong or weak, rich or poor, of any race, deserves a helping hand so that the existing peace and order shall be maintained. They were humans. If only they had made it to the headquarters sooner. Maybe they...
In the particular circumstance at present, it's impossible for the headquarters to take in humans from all over the world. But you bring out a possibility. A possibility better than anything that happened. Thank you very much for your testimony, Ms. Zanetto. And also for the debate, Mr. Seth.
Special prosecutor in Missouri get out. Gathering the papers on the desk. Zanetto's ears are gradually cooling off.
I seem to be too emotional just now.
She passes the hallway, feeling completely lost. She feels the court session is not over, and she is still in the middle of the storm.
Miss Zanetto,
The special prosecutor stops her from behind.
you brought us a great debate.
In the bright daylight in the hallway, Zanetto finally takes a good look at the special prosecutor. This is quite an extraordinary face. White, hard, and of a skin texture different from any creature's.
Have you heard of the Supreme Court? You should come when you're free.
To be continued. Good lord, there's still more. A familiar color catches your eyes. Stop and watch. Deja vu. An undefiled scale, sitting high up in the Hall of Judgment, with the listening ears, the sniffing nose, the watching eyes, the rising brows, and the speaking mouth. Being the well-polished, the bright, the spaces, it is the dazzling daylight itself. It is the carrier of noble virtue, as untouchable as the feathers on a bird's throat, as unsullied as the unexplored snowy ground, as undisturbed as the rippleless milk in the glass. I trust myself that I have encountered such whiteness before, somewhere, sometime, or sometime, somewhere. That wouldn't that completely wrong. After a lifelong moment of waiting, 2 pieces are carefully placed here. A corner of the ward, part 19.
I was told you have something important to share. Yes, the filibuster is about to end. Z told me they are going to end the speech and apply for the official vote at noon. If you're going to continue with the debate, don't forget to send your men.
Constantine doesn't reply. She glances at the delegates in their seats.
Do you see Bernard over there? Yes, quite a lot of his men attended today. They have remained uncommitted to Storm Reformation so far. I thought they wouldn't bother to attend. The opposition side doesn't need a dozen more votes to win, after all. But the advocates of the draft do.
The chairwoman casts an eye on her, perplexed. Yet Constantine doesn't intend to explain. She looks wary.
There will be a new draft given to you in 2 hours. I brought together a revision group last night with some hired experts. We have adjusted some of the articles in the previous draft. I will need you to present it to everyone when the time comes. What for? Is that draft going to be adopted?
The chairwoman looks ghastly. She can't help but ask again to confirm her suspicion.
Oh, the draft is going to be adopted, isn't it? There are things that even I cannot maneuver. All I can do is bring benefits to as many people as possible. I have specifically made some amendments to the clearance to educate and discipline unregistered Arcanists in Section 3 on page 21, as well as the duties and obligations of the Timekeeper's Special Team in Section 1 on page 40. Every Arcanist assigned to the Timekeeper's department will be put through the Foundation's risk assessment and graded accordingly.
Ordinary Arcanists only need to receive primary artificial somnambulism training. The more extraordinary ones will be sent to the School of Discipline for re-education.
Delegate Mark also submitted another edition, which was quite similar to this one.
Is that so?
She chuckles. It is a half relaxed and half bitter smile.
Well, very well. I'm pleased we have reached a consensus even before we meet. Here are more things we have revised. Given their resistance to the storm, the Timekeeper's special team will take up more work related to Manus Vindictae. The Foundation will utilize their abilities.
She sits down on her chair.
We have also fine-tuned the details. They will be given more executive power while the Foundation retains control over all things. Remember, we have to make everyone aware of these changes before the voting starts. We have to make sure this version of the proposal is the one that gets the final approval in the end.
Understood.
The chairwoman looks up. Lights set on her reading glasses and give out a bluish-white color.
Can't believe this is happening. Huh. The first revolution targeting Arcanists in the past decades. Don't forget my stamps for this quarter, Constantine.
The right side of the hall is where the most eloquent people gather, the lecture area. Madam Z stands on the podium. After the long speech lasting for days, she feels herself physically struggling to go on. But her mind is getting clearer and clearer, more and more excited. Every cell in her body is ready to wake up at the very moment the voting starts. She looks at the Restorium. Constantine is sitting next to the chairwoman calmly. That is a strange calmness. So strange that she is almost certain that she is watching Constantine place a piece at the bottom of the right-hand corner of the board.
I'm so tired that my eyes are failing me. No, it's not the time to relax. Just 2 more hours. Hang in there. It will end soon.
I would not be able to handle that much for that long. She's a lot more strong-willed than I am. It says to the point, how much longer is this chapter going to be? Ham, bread, and drink. I assume they taste much better than critters. Like, seriously. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would, to be honest. Still more chapters in this act. And I don't want to stop if I'm close to the end, even though I have no idea how much closer to the end I actually am. I want to say I'm close, but at the same time, I don't really know. Part 20, picnic on the lawn.
Ah, roast leg of lamb, Wellington steak, Turkish kebab. Oh, I want meat! Are you hungry? Worry not, worry not. The leaves of the potatoes we planted have turned yellow. Miss Druvis said this is the harvest time. Let's dig them out and make shepherd's pie. Potato? Vegetable? No, I don't want them anymore.
Reckless is starting to get weak.
I've been eating healthy salads for a month. I want meat. I want rich, juicy, meaty, sinewy, savory, sizzling meat.
Reckless suddenly springs to her feet.
Wait. It smells so good. That's meat. Where's that smell coming from? I do smell something good as well.
Sotheby stands on tiptoe, seeking the source of the incredible smell.
I'll take a look.
Oh dear. Regulus wipes her stomach, grabs her bag, and dashes out.
Wait, Regulus! The critter's lair is over there!
Oh dear.
Critters?
Yep, critters.
No worries. Critter is a type of meat. Roast it over fire and a square meal is here.
Are you really that desperate for meat that you're gonna eat a critter?
Smells so good. It's over here!
See, he has gone. Oh boy, where's Mr. Apple to rein her in?
Oh no, what can I do? Father said some critters could cause hallucination and diarrhea if eaten.
Are you saying this
What's
now?
going on, Miss Sotheby? Why are you here walking around alone?
Apple floats in the air and looks around them.
Where is Captain?
Oh, good to see you here. Regulus said you smelled meat and went straight to the forest to catch critters.
Waffle. It has been too long since we last had Dr. Pepper. Does Captain finally start to have a senior moment?
Senior moment?
Let's hurry over and take a look. The smell of food is unusual. It's verdant over there. There may well be other dangers lurking somewhere.
Regulus' figure appears among the trees. The aroma of food has also become more intense.
This is weird. Where on earth does the smell come from?
There's a place someone's cooking something. But they should be the only ones there, right? Which means it has to be a trap set by the critters more than like. Regulus is also looking for the answer to the same question. She looks down, squabbling in the weeds. As she goes through them, the weeds unexpectedly shake, out of which springs up a black shadow.
Blimey! It's a carbuncle! Regulus, it's not edible!
There comes another one after another, until Regulus has an armful of angry carbuncles.
That's the lair of carbuncles. They've been stirred up.
Whoa! A bumper harvest of critters! Come and help!
Oh dear.
Hold on, Captain. We're coming.
Oh dear. No, it is not all spirit types. Cartuncle. Carbuncles, cartuncles, carbuncles, and wardbunkle. Well, first off, let's get X in here.
Me? Did you find something?
And Mesmer Jr.
Great. A mission with a bunch of Arcanists.
And last but not least, put Tooth Fairy up here in the back. Actually, let's have Tooth Fairy in the fight.
I'm here for a worn tooth.
And put in Sotheby.
Let's have a party then!
Dental checkup.
Then
Any bad habits?
Wow.
Your name? Hang in there. Calm down. Any bad habits? It will all be fine. Calm down. Thank you for your cooperation.
Bitch. Easy job.
Stink bug.
Huh?
Stop. We need some peaceful moments.
Wow. Huh. Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea. Hey! Just a reminder. Watch your steps.
Relax. Your name?
Mind the machines on the ground.
It's 2 out.
Come back to me.
Calm down. Any bad habits? Your name?
Go ahead and finish up this.
Deep breathing. Calm down.
Whoops. An accident.
Ready for medical interventions. Any bad habits?
Wow.
Relax. It's treatment with a higher dose. Deep breathing.
Pitch. Easy job.
Stink bug.
No worries.
Huh.
Your name?
I smell the scent of mint oil.
Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea.
Calm down. Stink bug.
Just a reminder. Watch your
Any bad
steps.
habits? Relax.
Mind the machines on the ground. Bang.
Got those two.
Calm down.
Thank you for your cooperation.
That one's almost dead.
Your name?
Huh. Wow.
And this will finish it off.
Calm down.
Done.
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
Oh, are they really all inedible?
Afraid so, Captain.
I did smell the sizzling meat. Oh, it's somewhere around here. Right around...
Oh, hi.
Lilia.
Who are you?
An athletic figure shows up from behind the bushes.
Lilia? What are you doing here?
Lilia throws her back at their feet. A roasted leg of lamb wrapped in tinfoil falls out of her bag.
I got you something good.
Oh, that's what it was. Roasted pork knuckle, farmer's sausage, Black Forest ham, some unknown drinks. Libra bread, and Libra bread.
Whoa!
Nicholas pulls out the lamb as quickly as it flies and devours the meat.
Lamb, it tastes so good. So good. I barely know what grease is supposed to taste like.
It's probably a good thing that you don't know.
Thank the great god of rock for his blessings. This pirate finally gets some meat to eat.
Huh? It is me you should thank, the goddess of victory, who soon brings you freedom.
Bring us freedom soon. May I ask, how should I interpret your words?
Good question. Lilia sits down on the ground. She opens one of the cans and pours the drink into her mouth.
You want some?
Jewish takes the drink from her and takes a sip.
Thank you so much for coming alone and providing us with supplies, Lilia. However, please tell us why you were here. Did Madame Z send you?
Lilia shakes her head. She gives out 4 fingers.
Already been 4.5 weeks, right? This is not the first time I visit you guys here.
The one hiding in the shadow last time? It's you?
Yeah, of course.
I wonder how much longer you can hold on for Vertin. You see, saying is one thing, fighting is another. I've seen many deserters. Way too many. crying out loud, peeing their pants, drooling all over on their rabbit food. But you guys are different. You actually did it. You conquered places in the Foundation, defended your own places, and put pressure on those in white till this day. The last day in this 4 weeks and a half. That's the Stalnaya Volia I appreciate. If I didn't come today, would you eat your boots tomorrow?
Of course not. We still have potatoes, almost ripe. And carrots.
Thank you for your kindness, Miss Lilia. May I take it that you are coming to bring us the good news? Is there a final result for Madame Z's draft?
So far as I know, Madame Z hasn't given up yet. Just like you. When she gets serious, she looks like a fierce doe. But I already lost my patience. Tons of processes need to be done before it can be performed. Even if the draft is passed at the final vote. As long as Vertin is still on that bed in the ward, you're just an isolated island.
The question is, how are we supposed to get Vertin to wake up? Why isn't she waking up?
Everyone can step on you.
Lilia stands up and pats off the dust on her carelessly.
Take care of them for me when necessary. That's what Vertin said when she gave me the vodka. It's time to deliver on my promise.
Are you going to do something dangerous?
A thing that is worth the risk. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Someone needs to wake up from the dream.
Just what are you planning, Lilia? Great, another
The story has come to a new stage. It is fascinating. It has plots of unwavering loyalty, survival from the jaws of death, and even a little bit of unconventional excitement. Raise your head, and you will see this splendid spotlight grilling the top of our heads like a stove heating a frying pan. We mumble and mumble and mumble. Something like Arcanists, new changes, perseverance, and the storm. Right, that's it, the storm. The storm is no longer something new here. Everyone in the story talks about the storm. People don't find it attractive anymore.
And I just can't find your enigmatic voice all that much to care about anymore. Because good lord, yo man, you go on a long tangent that somehow drives off course of the topic you bring up in the first place.
Once you turn the camera out of the spotlight, you'll see many other people on the stage. Many, many other people.
Who are they?
The other actors. Actors who are different from you. Their name won't be listed in the cast at the end of the movie. Not even a poor St. Pavlov's squad leader A. They're a bunch of people. A bunch of people just like you, though there are still differences between you and them. Open their bellies and you can find everything that should be there. The liver, the stomach, the spleen, the lungs, and the heart.
Yeah.
Their faces are clear to be seen. Look at them carefully. Carefully. Oh, you might have met one or two of them. They come from the same institution as yours, the St. Pavlov Foundation. Eve from the France branch, La from the Egypt branch, and the Matryoshka from the Russia branch. Oh, right. Your first friend made in a branch. That young man with the red nose. Ken from the Scotland branch. You looked here, you looked there. You couldn't find him anywhere, however hard you tried.
Where did he go?
Good question. I'll help you find him. Let's keep looking around, but this time vertically instead of horizontally. That's right, and you see it. A white
Pants
umbrella,
again.
bigger and wider than any umbrella you have seen. Those green flashes stinging your eyes is the price you have to pay for finding it. The white umbrella is a shelter from the rain, saving that orange-haired girl in white for you. And you have witnessed how people standing in the pouring storm without shelter fade away. Like your little friends and Ken from the Scotland branch.
Scotland branch?
Remember the differences I just mentioned? A great time to keep silent. Your ugly trauma, a mixture of your mental issues and miserable past, would burst out in the next second, making everyone's heart twitch. But think otherwise. If the truth were known to all, today's not real and there's no tomorrow. I'm going to eat my shoes and an asteroid is falling. Then all of them would go crazy.
As crazy as I'm going, just listening to you.
Those pigeons valuing sense above anything won't sit aside and let this happen. So they made the most sensible choice. The huge white umbrella has only sheltered those qualified people. Qualified according to their standard. Now, let's cross our arms and make an arrogant judgment like those cynics. How cruel it is! And then, you may start contemplating. Should they all go aboard the Ark? Can this Ark carry this many people? Try to raise the question as peacefully and slowly as you can. And their enthusiasm will be dampened and let out a sound like what you hear when you pour water into a heated pan.
What about their feelings?
Their feelings? Oh, they. You mean Eve, La, and the Matryoshka?
Who?
Of course you care about your friends. That's a virtue of yours I won't forget.
Where are these characters you keep who are these characters you keep pulling from? Why am I just now hearing about them, and why are we just now talking about them? Who are they? Make it make sense.
In order to understand their feelings, you need to bend down and reach. That's right. Reach for the dark corner under the stage. Until your fingertip is wrapped by soft, warm, and considerate black velvet, as comfortable as a mother's singing to her baby in a crib. That's what the people without a shelter above them are feeling now. More silence. You are really good at finding the right timing for your silence. Just like my friend and I are experts in farting soundlessly in the elevator cart.
Please stop talking. Just stop. You keep making less sense. How do we go from talking about someone with no shelter to that?
My hypocrite and dumb friend. Think about it in a different way.
I don't think about it anyway. I can barely think right now.
Who knows how much garbage there is under the stage? There may be liquid seeping out of rotten pastry and dairy products, intrusions of American cockroach with sleek abdomen crawling everywhere. Who can say it's not a blessing to know nothing about the truth? Especially when you can't leave this shitty place.
How much longer is this going on? The sunlight set on our face. We've never been so close to the clouds. Part 21. Good weather. Mesmer Jr.
Final round of the vote. Voters, please hurry up. 1 minute to go. Please be responsible to your votes in every round. Vote as soon as possible.
The draft advocates have more votes now, but they still need more than that to meet the supermajoritarian requirement.
What?
Please vote now. 30 seconds to go. Final countdown.
9, 30, 31, 32, 3, 34.
10 seconds to go.
6.
This will be your last
7,
chance to vote. Please, hurry up.
9, 40, 41.
Voting closed. Storm Reformation, Manpower and Discipline. Passed.
Huh? Lily.
Bucket list, one less. Huh. The glass is not as hard as I thought. Hey, time to wake up, Vertin.
What's that sound? What's going on?
Time to wake up, Vertin. Staff staying outside the ward west.
That was a quick reaction.
Indeed.
1, 2, 3. Well, relax. I'll keep the acceptable damage under 8.
What is this?
Messman Jr. crouches next to the stool, rubbing her hands aimlessly. The staff are putting on well-designed helmets as they come in.
Everyone, get your gear. Formation 1. Capture the intruder.
Bring it on! Let me have my dear long-lost real fight.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Defeat Lord of Dream Matrix. Alpha Knight.
Someone's sword hath not rusted yet.
We might need your help here. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna need your help. When a round starts, there are 8 stacks of malice. Spend some to form the ultimate fount of malice. If there are 8 stacks of regret, spend them to cast the ultimate split thought. Jesus. When round ends, performs 1 attack and gives 1 stack of regret to the main body. When caster dies, it moves all regret from the main body. Does the same thing with malice. At the end of the round, grant main body 1 stack of malice and regret. Probably best to take that out first. Guard leader Scott. Alright then.
Interesting accident will happen next.
They get past this guy first. They're well trained and more than vigilant. Enemies gain control immunity when enter the stage. Damn. Okay then. So immune to control abilities. Does poison count as 1? Or confusing? Confusing probably does count as control ability.
Who's that?
Bravo.
Huh.
No worries.
We'll
I
see.
tripled the ingredients this time.
Ah, now immune to poison.
Fight for the unarmed.
Please live up to my expectations, colleagues.
Please, don't resist.
Immune to confusing. Okay. So I guess whatever that stops him from attacking, that's probably what it means by control.
Merci.
Wow.
What's this?
Relax.
The sword is drawn.
Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea.
It seems to be mixed up. It should be fine, right?
And you're out of here. Now for what in the hell?
Bring it on! Let me have my dear long-lost real fight.
Oh, Lily is having her fight in the real world, but Vertin's having her fight in the Matrix. Oh, wow, that's disorienting. Attack the hands first to put them in hibernation to improve your situation. The core will also be put in hibernation when it's defeated. Attack the hands and the core to win, then to win the battle. Take out the hands first, then go for the core. Got it.
Huh. Wow.
No worries.
What's that?
Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea. Whoops. An accident.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Ah, it
Okay,
seems to
then.
be mixed up. It should be fine, right?
Ow! That hurt.
Bodyguards!
Oh, that hurt too.
Where are the bodyguards?
Just a reminder. Watch your steps.
Bravo.
Wow.
What's this?
Some health back.
Mind the machines on the ground.
Execute thing.
Bang.
Never hesitate.
Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea.
Second, taking out the hands is
Tyson
causing
won't give
damage
up his friends. Neither will Sotheby. Bodyguards! Where are the bodyguards? What's that?
Relax.
I know what this is.
Huh.
The ingredient store owner said it was very effective. Please believe me. This is the gift, well prepared for you.
Hey.
Cannot act. Patrick's not work. Sharon's taking. I agree. The cycle of rebirth keeps you from doing anything. This leaves the other enemies wide open for attack. I get it.
In some peaceful moments.
Wow.
Merci. Bravo.
Whoops. An accident.
It goes on.
Never hesitate. Follow the will of gods.
Huh. Wow.
It will all be fine.
His trumpets sound. The judgment day has come.
Hey.
Take out all the other keys wide open.
Please live up to my expectations,
I
colleagues.
smell the scent of mint oil.
Oh, this one hurt. Ow! Yep, that hurt. Oh, that very much hurt. What did you just do? When you're disruption, violent intent, and negative intent. That's not gonna stop us.
Just a reminder.
Merci.
Watch your steps.
Bravo.
Relax.
Mind the machines on the ground.
Check, see if you can finish those.
Bang.
Hey, Knight.
Never hesitate. Never hesitate.
There.
I've already said that Sotheby doesn't need a bodyguard.
Someone's having fun.
Emergency! Room 1525, calling for backup.
Lilia whisks away his walkie-talkie.
Hey, no backup! I need to strictly follow the damage control standard.
Well, Lilia?
Finally awake?
Welcome back to the world of the living, Verton.
Nice. Time for us to leave. Come here and sit on the broom. Yes, behind me. Grab tight. Don't say I didn't warn you if you fall down and die.
Neither the mind nor the body is responding to her calling. No reaction can be given to what is happening. She only knows to grab the handrail tightly. The metal handrail feels cold and hard. This is the result of everyone's efforts.
Right, Red 38, let's go!
A strong shake.
Mesmer Jr.! Mesmer Jr., what are you doing? They're running away! Go! Get them!
They are mad people.
Save your whining for Constantine.
It rises into the air. It doesn't waste a second to pause, flying towards the open windows. Dazzling, glaring white light, so strange but also familiar. Warm wind blows in through the window. It's a cloudless, sunny day outside.
All good weather, my friends.
We finally got her woken up. Good. A clipping of an old newspaper. An article about the absentee ballot. What does absentee vote mean and the necessity of the absentee ballot box? The absentee vote is one of many forms of protest votes. It usually turns up next to an empty seat inside a dustbin, between the washing machine and the wall in the middle of a book, or in one of the inner pockets of an old jacket. It is the invalid vote cast because the voter has abstained from voting, and thus would not be counted in the election result. Different from other reasons which caused failure to vote, voters are cast abstain votes because they neither approve nor disapprove of the available options of the voting. They may have swung between different answers, or even were once slightly more in favor of one motion/candidate over the rest of them, or hold a pessimistic opinion to all of the options provided. Whatever the reason might be, in the end, they decide to not support any motions/candidates in the election. Many have argued that abstention from voting is, in fact, an action guided by a clear awareness of their given rights. As to subjective rights, voters are entitled to the freedom not to vote. It is also argued by the same group of scholars that when the voters are requested to choose between unfavorable options, it takes courage and determination to stay true to their own ideas and become the descendants in this case. Such action is worthy of praise. They are individual thinkers who know what they need and are strong enough to not compromise. The abstention ballot box is specifically set up to count the votes of these group of people. It stands for a new possibility, a new way to the yet unknown solution to the problem, a relatively bumpy path compared to the easy way. Those who know its value and seek for the difficult path will eventually find their way in, and along with, they shall find places they truly belong to. The New York Daily, January 19th, 1961. Written by John Raymer Brown. Welcome back to your warm nest. Welcome back to a good ending. Part 22. Returning Birds.
How do you feel? Getting used to the light?
The wind feels so good.
This is just an appetizer. I'll be gentle since you're just discharged.
Are they all right?
Good as new. They stayed up all night just to save you. I guess you're the only one who has slept tight.
Probably.
Madam Z, Druvis, Saneto. From the bill and the protesting to countless debates, planning, and... everyone is holding their umbrellas for you, Burton. The storm. It will pass. One day.
Thank you. Thank you all. Yes. Everything is going to be alright.
Enough flying. Time to head back.
What are we doing next?
No idea. Meet your friends first? Fight with your comrade in arms. Fear no danger ahead. Grab tight. I'm going to speed up.
The wind flows through them like waves.
Charge! The Great Red 38! Да здравствует СУ-01ВЕ!
How are you feeling? Better now?
It's killing me.
Oh Lord, what did you do?
Here's water. Captain, sip, please. Don't put too much pressure on your esophagus. This apple told you not to swallow leber in haste.
Oh, I'm alive. Oh.
Oh my god, Regulus, you're so dramatic, I swear.
Oh, I thought I wouldn't be able to see the sun tomorrow, or see Vertin discharged.
You will.
Who's talking?
Is it because they've been apart for so long? Or is this an illusion generated by their longingness? They turn around in slow motion, straining their eyes.
Vertin! You're back!
Vertin?
Burden!
Vertin! Oh.
Are you feeling okay? There was a lot of equipment connected to you. Do you feel any discomfort?
Do you need any nutritional supplements, Miss Vertin? We have a lot of healthy fresh salads here.
Where did you come back from? What are all these white pigeons doing after you? You seem to have gained weight. No, lost weight. Oh, no.
I'm fine. Fit as a fiddle. Just a bit of a headache. Nothing else. It's good to see you again. Thank you for being here. Being around me.
Regulus wipes her face on the coat in front of her.
Of course. Of course we're waiting for you. You're the only friend we have in this world.
All the waiting has been worthwhile. In the meantime, footsteps come from a distance. Footsteps of well-trained, strong soldiers.
Welcome back, Burton.
A figure in a white robe emerges in the woods.
We have good news to share.
Next to her stand Seneto, Madame Z, and some unfamiliar faces. The moment their eyes meet in the air, Seneto opens her mouth, but she eventually doesn't speak a word. Now you're back to your regular clothes.
This is good. This is great. May I ask what good news?
The passage of the bill, Storm Reformation, Manpower and Discipline. Once it's approved by the Pact Security Council, it will become law. Your friends and you will enjoy more autonomy and a life with even fewer restrictions. You will also have a more respectable status in the Foundation. Ms. Z will fill you in with more details.
Thank you for telling me this.
Lilia, who has been quiet by their side the whole time, suddenly speaks up.
What about the treatment?
Treatment? Didn't it finish just now? This treatment has an investigative purpose, and the Timekeeper has passed the examination as a safe, low-risk individual. As Ms. Z has said, Ms. Vertin is strong enough to be the Timekeeper. However, you will receive punishments for the damage to public property. I suggest you heed it as a warning.
As if she doesn't already know. That's why she went ahead with this in the first place. Constantine waves to the crowd. The rest of them are about to leave.
We should say our goodbye. Please rest well.
She suddenly notices the white dove on the tree and stops.
Seems like the dove of the White Marble House is paying you a visit.
What do you mean?
Nothing peculiar. It just means you have come to their notice.
Come to their notice? To be continued. And we're still going! The Song of a Puppy. A lively song praising the courage of a puppy. I once looked down at a brave dog. It was gallant, the most courageous of all. It wears a hat in piebald and has eyes of emerald. The first magnitude stars sprinkle on its spine. Its tail was as green as the moss. It was once asleep, once hungry, once afraid, once in tears, once an umbrella, once a tree, once a jumping coat rack and a ship. Oh, but then, it's again the brave young dog, loyal and gutsy. It walks among the hearts of gold. Yes. Good job, Sapadante. Perhaps whipping cream only belongs to the past. Nowadays, they are soft and light, so unfamiliar. Part 23. Old Days Once More. This is the end. Everything has been settled. Time flows by like water flows over a perfectly flat plain.
Yes. That's right. I got it. I'll reply you tomorrow.
Madam Z returns to her office as usual. But this time, the secretary, who always fully engages in the daily agenda, looks up to her.
Please wait, Madam Z.
She passes her a box.
Madam Constantine asked me to give this to you.
Did she say why?
No, she didn't explain it.
Sharon quickly goes through her head.
Wait, I think she mentioned it's September 11 in the Chinese calendar today.
I see. Please send my thanks to her.
September 11th on the Chinese calendar. My knowledge on the Chinese calendar is a bit lackluster, so I can't really say I know what that means. Sharon nods and quietly returns to her seat. Madam Z looks at the box. A faint smell of red sandalwood wafts in the air. A set of brand new Go. A gift card is attached.
I'm glad to witness your progress.
Madam Z closes the box calmly and puts it into her pocket. She opens the door and walks into her office. She looks around. This is just an ordinary room. Normal, but practical. There are regulation documents, academic journals, and calendars and agendas. An old photo is placed next to the mirror. She sees herself in that mirror. The face in the mirror is a lot more mature than the young girl in that old photo. Will a doe become a tigress? She runs her hand through her hair. It doesn't seem too long ago when she still had a braid to her shoulder. She combs her hair and splits it into 3 strands. Lay the leftmost strand on top of the rightmost. Go across, then the right goes on top of the left. Cross and tie it up. The braid bristles like an awkward sheep tail. She opens the refrigerator and takes out a plain cake under the cold light. With a tight pull, the lamp turns off. The room quiets down again. Okay, I'm getting it now. It's her birthday.
祝你生日快乐，祝你生日快乐，祝你幸福，祝你健康，祝你前途光明。
The end. Finally! Well, that's finally been resolved, and there's now a fifth act. Curious. I guess they'll add another act in the future? Maybe. But we're not gonna worry about that now, because next time we get into this, we got a new event up already. Hopefully this will be less horrific than the last one. But that will be till next time, because good Lord Almighty, I need to go to bed. This was a lot longer than I planned on it being. Surprisingly. But hey, that's what happens when you play a game that has very little indicators of an end game. But regardless, this has been Reverse 1999. As much as I have my gripes with certain parts of the game, as well as you saw how I was complaining a lot over the narrator's very, very cryptic and all over the place narrating, I am enjoying this game. I enjoy the characters, I enjoy the designs of these characters, no less, and the different stories we hear. So next time we're going to be starting on the new event, Journey to, I can't pronounce that, I don't know, I've never even tried to pronounce it. And as always, I have the schedule up, the next operation schedule up in the morning, so we know what we'll be doing that week. But it's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, stay safe, and be well, Cybers.